Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. And I wanted to keep today's video very short and sweet and talk about a series of stocks. Of course, not anything like Tesla, but stocks that are actually indicating signs of an uptrend and that are not so much of a bad deal, right? Right now, the market's doing an absolute amazing job. I'm not too sure if you guys have stayed up to date with this, but on the 180-day, 4-hour time frame /NQ, which is a NASDAQ future, is very, very bullish right now. It's also very, very overbought. So I'm going to be talking about that in just a little bit, as well as /ES, which is the S&P 500 future, is nearly at 180-day highs once again, which is great for everything that falls under, for majority of what falls under the S&P 500. I also wanted to take this time to talk about two individual stocks that are performing very well, and I hope that if you find value or see value in any of these stocks, you can maybe just drop a thumbs up. But very quickly, XOM has been one that's been very bullish on the 180-day 4-hour time frame. It's been making higher highs and higher lows, and of course, it doesn't have to continue to uptrend, but it does have a history, right, of showing signs of an uptrend and finding a support level at this SMA line, as you can see right here. So it's done an absolute beautiful job for the past 180 days. A majority of that really just the past, 4 to 5 months. But it just recently pulled on back from 180-day highs at $62.55. This isn't something that offers crazy margins. So from where we're at right now to previous highs, that's about 9% to nearly 10%. If that were to play out as a perfect trade, as we know that it normally won't, right? There's no such thing as a perfect trade, but the goal is to get or work towards to being as close to perfect as possible. So just thought I'd talk about it. Make sure that if you see value in this, it's not that you have to buy right now, as we're still consolidating around this general area right around $57, but maybe setting an alert once we actually begin to break above 58 and begin to indicate signs of an overall uptrend pattern, then that's when we can add more to our position size. The other one that I do want to talk about is Ulta. I actually received one of my alerts, one of my alerts were triggered today, where Ulta offers a very similar pattern. And again, the reason that I try to focus on this is, I don't know about you guys, but when something is selling off, it just makes it that much more difficult to be able to stay green on that trade. It makes it that much more difficult to be able to make a profit, right? With something like Ulta, when it offers something very bullish, very consistent, and if anything, it just recently pulled on back again from 180-day highs, and from where we're at as of right now to previous highs, that's about 11%. I just, again, really find it attractive when a stock offers a consistent pattern. It's been previously bullish, and it's a good deal. So this is one that I thought I'd talk about. Now, what I do want to talk about is, as of right now, of course, the NASDAQ market is super, super bullish, right? As we can see, it's been making these higher highs, higher lows. We're approaching, kind of, right, 180-day highs at 13,900. So as long as the market remains bullish, it makes sense then, right, on why we could pay attention to TQQQ. And this is one that, if you've been on my channel for a while, probably one that you're very well versed with. But from where we're at as of right now, and previous highs right around 112.67, offers about a 12% return. But the other reason that I'm trying to bring this up is if you are on the opposite side of the spectrum, where you look at the MACD, you look at the RSI, or you just look at the price level and ask yourself the very simple question, hey, the overall NASDAQ market, the overall market, TQQQ, is overbought. It's bound to pull back. And it doesn't mean that it has to, but you can prepare for it. And how could you make money when the market pulls on back? Well, TQQQ has an inverse ETF, like a lot of you guys might know. And this is SQQQ, and this goes up when the market goes down. And it's cool to know that you have options when the market is pulling on back, that there's a set list of inverse ETFs that go up, and SQQQ is just one of the many. And then you can see that right now at $11.60, and based off of previous resistance levels, right around 20% potential is what it has to offer, if and only if, of course, the market begins to pull on back. And again, this is something that you want to be very careful with. The overall market is more bullish than it is bearish, big picture. So getting in early on SQQQ is probably not in your best interest, and this is why it's super important to set effective alerts and make sure that if we do get confirmation of the overall market actually pulling on back, then maybe that's when we can refer to SQQQ. Until then, it's still very bullish, so this is just something that, of course, we're going to want to follow up with when we find the time to be right. But that's really just it for today. I wanted to update you guys on what it is that we're paying attention to. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy, team.